The meeting between the ANC Secretary General Mbalula and the party's Limpopo Provincial Executive Committee members will determine the future politics of the provincial leadership. In a letter that has gone viral on social media, Mathabatha stated that there is an unethical and what he calls an ANC tendencies occurring in the province. He says he's available to engage with the party's national leadership, but until then, he is stepping aside. The former Premier and current Deputy Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development says his decision was motivated by the concerning misconduct and lack of ANC values in the organization. ANC in Limpopo acknowledges the letter.
Our understanding is that the step aside is a policy that was enacted by the African National Congress as part of a way of trying to rebuild its brand, because various leaders of the ANC were found to be accused for wrong things, were being pursued in various court of law, and the ANC then brought about the step-aside policy that in order to preserve the image of the organization whilst one is undergoing a prosecution, it will be ideal that such leaders be made to step aside. But in the context of the provincial chairperson's letter, the basis for stepping aside does not find expression on the policy itself for three reasons. One, he's not criminally charged. Two, he's not directed by the Integrity Committee. Three, he has not been found guilty of any disciplinary proceedings. Therefore, that is why it becomes questionable on our side to define really what the provincial chair is trying to say. However, in light of the fact that his letter is not directed to us, we are hamstrung in dealing with the content of his letter because he has directed the letter to the national official.
Machaka says the ANC in Limpopo will await guidance from the national officials on how to deal with the matter going forward.
Firstly, as the ANC in Limpopo, we must express our displeasure that we are very worried that internal communication within structures are finding itself in the social media. And those are matters that ordinarily should not be the case. But indeed, I can confirm that I've been advised by the provincial secretary of the ANC that the leadership of the ANC Limpopo, the top 5 officials, the deployees of the NEC to Limpopo province are today meeting with the Secretary General in Gauteng. We will await the national officials to guide us as a province that because he sent this letter to them, ordinarily they will consider the matter and thereafter make a determination, and ourselves as a province will be guided by the leadership at that level.
Provincial ANC Youth League has described Mathabatha's decision to step aside from the party's role as an act of cowardice.
All these problems that we are having have started in his presence. He has started under his watch. He has led a province of these problems for many years. It can't be him today, but also are saying if he thinks the ANC, for the sake of his integrity, can't associate himself with the ANC, he must do the honors, resign as a member of parliament, resign as a deputy minister. He must not be picky and choose where he wants to resign and where he wants to serve. If he wants to serve the ANC, he serves the ANC voluntarily where the ANC has deployed him. If he can be a provincial chairperson, he must as well give the young people who are capable. Is 8 years old. We believe he might be very tired. He's very absent. He must just give the space to young people for young people to take over.
Meanwhile, the tripartite alliance partners, SABC and COSATU, say they will comment on the letter once the decision on the Mathabatha step-aside decision is dealt with at the national level. Political analyst says the factions within the ANC and the upcoming provincial elective conference might have contributed to his decision to step aside.
I think Stanley Mathabatha did what he did because there are too many problems in the province. Chief amongst those problems is the contest for amongst factions that are fighting for who is going to be elected chairperson of the province after Mathabatha. This has been accompanied by unfounded allegations regarding tender irregularities in Polokwane and Mgalakwena against main contenders Vhembe and Waterberg. I think Mr. Mathabatha realized that he couldn't address provincial problems by remote control from Cape Town as deputy minister. We shouldn't blame him. This situation should rather be corrected by the ANC itself by aligning party elections particularly at provincial level and national, with IEC elections, so that a newly elected person should not stay too long before he can assume duties in government. Otherwise, we will continue to see a situation whereby Jacob Zuma and his supporters made plans to have Thabo Mbeki recalled, and Cyril Ramaphosa also made his supporters recalled Jacob Zuma. Even in 2027, after the election of Cyril Ramaphosa, we expect him to be recalled before 2029. There's going to be more confusion because people are going to continue contesting for who is going to be elected. And unless the national body intervenes one way or another, I don't see it coming to an end. Otherwise, as I say, there are no rules to say there should be elections to elect a new chairperson immediately. That's the problem of the national leadership of the ANC. I think chief amongst the reasons why he has decided to step aside is that people don't listen to him anymore because he's irrelevant. He's in Cape Town. He must have gone to those conferences and people who did not show any interest in him, and he was under pressure just to say, let me step aside because of this anomaly that exists within the ANC.
With the ANC in Limpopo awaiting guidance from the national officials on Mathabatha's decision to step aside from the party's role, all eyes are on Luthuli House to determine the way forward and subsequently appoint an acting chairperson. I'm Koke Chomutau, SABC News, Polokwane.